Okay, so in today's section, we will be starting Lesson 7-3, which talks about dividing multiple digit numbers, or multi-digit numbers. Multi is just a short way to say multiple, which means more than one. So for example, we have multiple birds on this slide, okay? So multi-digit numbers is basically saying there's going to be more than one digit, more than one number on the problem or in the problem. So let's get started. The first thing we want to talk about today are compatible numbers. What compatible numbers are? Compatible numbers are numbers that can easily be computed with mentally. So 6 and 2 would be an example of compatible numbers. 6 can be divided by 2 evenly. 6 times 2 is an easy multiplication problem. 6 plus 2, 6 minus 2, etc., etc. So those are compatible numbers. Make sure you get that down. Alright? Also, guys, whenever you see write this in your notebook, do not ask, do I have to write this in my notebook? Because it says right here, write this in your notebook. So do that. Okay? What you're going to do is find each quotient and check your answer. So make a spot where you can fit 254 divided by 29 on one spot, and 784 divided by 25 on the other spot. We will be using the 4-step methods. Don't just write those down. Also write down the 4 steps. Okay? So step 1 is to divide. Well, we have been setting it up this way for a long time. I know you guys learned this in 4th and 5th grade, some people in 3rd grade. You put, let's actually use y instead of red. You put, hello, your large number inside your table. So 254 divided by 29. Your goal is to figure out how many times can 29 fit inside of 254. Okay? Well, I know that 29 times 10 would be 290. So I'm going to go down from there. I'm going to try 8. Sorry, it's kind of smushed up there. So 8 times 9 will give you 72. Carry your 7. 8 times 2 is 16. Add your 7 to that. Will be 23. Okay? At this point, you are going to subtract your quotient from the original number that we had. Okay? So 254 minus 232. 4 minus 2 is 2. Whoa, what happened there? 2. 5 minus 3 will also give us 2. And then 2 minus 2 will give us 0. So right now, our remainder is 22. So 29 can fit into 254, 8 times 22 as a remainder. Okay? So let's go to the next slide. There's something I want you guys to think about before we move on. Did it work? Okay. So here is where the same thing that we just did, but there's just written a little bit differently. Again, 29 will fit into 254 8 times with a remainder of 22. Now, our step 3, I think it was 3, let's check to make sure. No, step 4 was to compare. You're going to multiply your, please work, your answer by your divisor to figure out to figure out if you multiply correctly when you are finding this out. So 8 times 9 is 72, carry 1. 8 times 2 is 16. Add your 7, it's 23. Okay? But you don't want to stop there because that's not going to give you the right answer. Don't forget your remainder of 22. You want to add your remainder of 22 to this answer right here. Okay? 232 plus 22 is 254. Now think, is this the number that I started off with? Yes, it is. So you know you did the correct operation and you solved the problem accurately. Now, I want you to go back to the previous screen and I want you to copy down the problem for B and solve that using the 4-step method. Mirror what we just did for part A. When you solve it, please check your neighbor and see if they got the same answer as you and figure out what would be the correct answer if you guys didn't get the right one. Let's move on. All right. So you're going to solve the problem 9,738 divided by 18. Here are your answer choices. I want you to try this one on your own before you look at the solution. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can figure it out. Okay, so for that previous one, make sure you knock something over. Next, make sure you get the teacher or an assistant to come check your work to make sure you got it correct. And let's move on. Here is another example of how to solve a division problem using long division. All right, our dividend is 4,875, and our divisor is 24. With this one, I really want you guys to pay attention because your quotient has a 0 inside of it. Okay? So let's look at this. Since your divisor has two digits inside of it, you're going to look at the first 2 digits inside your dividend. My computer's messing up on me. Okay, please work. Let's get back. Okay, so look at 24 and 48. Well, you know that 24 times 2 is 48, so we can put our 2 up there and put our answer below 48. 48 minus 48 will give us a remainder of 0. Okay? Now pay attention. After you get your remainder of 0, bring down your next number, which is 7. 24 cannot fit inside of 7. Okay? It's just too big. So 24 will go into 7 0 times, which will give you 0, and then you can bring your 7 back down. Then you bring down your 5. Can 24 fit inside of 75? Yeah, sure. It'll fit into a number that's actually very close to 75, which is 72. Okay? Again, you're going to subtract your 2 numbers, and you will have a remainder of 3. Now, guys, you are not done at this point. You have to check it. You have to prove that it's right. Because if you come up to me like, oh, I don't know how I got this wrong, you get all angry, like, well, you didn't check it, so I'm not sorry for you at all. Let's check it. You're going to multiply your divisor by your quotient. Okay? You have 203. Let's use black. It's a little bit easier to see. 203. Oh, that's much better. Times 24. Okay? Now, 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 0 is 0. Bring down your 1. 4 times 2 is 8. Alright? Put in your placeholder. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 0 is 0. And 2 times 2 is 4. So your answer is going to be, now this is not what we started out with. We started out with 4,875. At this point we have 4,872. But don't forget we had a remainder. Okay? And you're going to add your remainder to your answer. So 4,875 is the answer for this part. Is that what we started with? Yes, it is. So this is how you know that you did the work correctly. Okay? Guys, there really is not much guesswork in math. It's either right or it's wrong. And there is no sometimes right or sometimes wrong. Okay? That's the beauty of math. It's pretty much black and white. Alright, so on your own, you're going to copy down part A and part B like we did the first time. But this time you're going to do it by yourself first and see if you can figure it out. If you get stuck, then push play and go and figure out what the answer for part A is. Okay? So go ahead and pause the video, split A and B into different sections, and go ahead and see if you can figure it out. Alright, so let's work on 4,410 divided by 63. Well, of course, here's your answer, but here's how they got the answer. 63 is a two-digit number, so look at your first two digits first. 63 is here, 44 is here. 63 can't quite fit into 44, so you're going to then look at your next digit, which is 441. Good news, 63 fits into 441 evenly. It fits into it 7 times. So you're going to multiply 63 times 7 to get your product, which is 441, and then you're going to subtract. Okay? This is where you're going to get your first 0. However, you have to remember that there is a 0 at the very end of your number, so you're going to bring it down. Okay? 63 cannot fit inside of double 0, so it'll fit into there 0 times, because 63 times 0 is 0. With a remainder, again, of 0, so you have no remainder. So, is this right? Yes? No? You have to prove it. This looks like a 9. Let me fix that. 63, which is your divisor, you're going to multiply that by your quotient to see if it's correct. So you're going to do 63 times 70. It's 4,410, the number that we started off with. Yep, it is. So this is when you know that you got it correct. Okay? Alright, moving on to part B. Here we go. 9,799. Well, 32 is a 2-digit number. So you're going to look at your first 2 digits inside your problem, which is 97. Can 32 fit inside of 97? Well, 97 is bigger than 32, so it can probably fit inside of it. It actually can fit inside of it 3 times. Okay? Which will give you 96, which is very, very close to 97. Alright, so you're going to subtract 96 from your original number to get your answer of 1. Okay? Bring down your 9. 32 can't fit into 19. So 32 fits into 19 0 times. Guys, do not forget your 0 placeholder. Okay? Because if you were to multiply it, if you were to forget the 0, it would be 36. And 32 times 36 is going to be a lot smaller than 32 times 9,799. So this guy is very, very important. Okay? So after you try to fit 32 into 19 and figure out it doesn't work, bring down your other 9. So now you have to figure out if 32 can fit into 199. Now I hope you understand that yes, it can. It can actually fit into it 6 times. This will give you a 6 times 32 will give you a product of 192. You're going to subtract 199 minus 192 to get the remainder of 7. Alright? Again, you are not done yet. You have to multiply your divisor by your quotient. 32 times 306 will give you an answer of 9,792. This does not match the number you have here. But we remember that we had a remainder of 7. So if you add 7 to it, will it give you the correct answer? Yes, it will. Okay? For the bazillionth time, guys, check your work, please. Make sure you have all of this copied down before you move on. Alright guys, this is going to be the end of the video for today. Make sure you have a teacher check your work before you turn it in, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Good luck on the homework.